This video is brought to you by ProStar Tables.
Hi pool players, it's Terminator. Welcome back to another episode of Terminator Tips. In this episode we're going to look at a secret little kick shot that I picked up at the US Open recently between Corey Deuel and Denis Urkulo. Denis was in a trap, but one inning later he was out of it and won the game the next inning. I'm going to walk you through what happened and also the kicking system that you can use to practice these shots so you can become a better player. Let's jump onto the table right now. Okay, here we go, pool players. At the recent US Open 2021 in Atlantic City, I was waiting for my match on table 2, and the players that were playing on that table were Denis Urkulo and Corey Deuel. When I approached the table to check out the scores and see how much time I had left, I witnessed the following, and I thought it was very interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. Corey was left with a tough position here on the 7 ball. He couldn't cut it in because the 8 was slightly in the way. So he decided to play a two-way shot to bank the 7 into this corner pocket and play the cue ball underneath the 8 as a two-way shot. In case he would miss it, he would potentially hook Denis. If he would make it, he would have some sort of shot on the 8. Corey hit the ball pretty well, banking the 7 towards the corner, only just missing it. He rattled the pocket and the 7 ended up here. The cue ball did as he wanted. It went one rail under the 8 and ended up in this position for Denis. So let's check out what Denis has right now. He's faced with an extremely tough situation. First of all, jumping the ball is very tough because you have to elevate so much that once you land, there's not much speed left to get towards the 7, and the cut on the 7 is extremely thin. Kicking at the ball and try to make the 7 is also very, very difficult because the 7's in the way. When we come off this rail, we cannot get to this path. The 7 is blocking it. And another option potentially would be to draw the ball and curve around the 7, but once again, the ball is in the way, and we're also playing with a shot clock, so there's not much time left to make a decision. Denis gave it a quick thought and came up with a very nice one-pocket-like solution, kicking off 2 rails and landing right on top of the 7. Kicking off the side rail, then going to this side rail, and with great speed landing right on top of the 7 and making life extremely difficult for his opponent. It looked like this. Very nifty little shot. You're blocking a lot of options now for your opponent. He can't play safe this way. This way is also pretty tough. You're pretty much always going to leave an open shot on the 7 where your opponent can resave you again. You can't really kick at the ball because you have to come back this way and draw it with a lot of spin into line. There's no shape. So right away, when you're playing with a shot clock, this is a great solution. You've got your opponent in a heap of trouble. Corey actually went on to play a nifty little shot. He elevated with a lot of spin, at least sent the cue ball all the way down table. The 7 ended up somewhere here. Cue ball all the way here. Tough shot for Denis, but he jacked up, speared it in, drew the cue ball back for the 8 and ran out the game. So from that nifty little kick shot, one inning later, he won the game. Pretty strong move, and now I'm going to show you the kicking system that you can use to execute this shot. This is a parallel kicking system and it's fairly easy to learn and to use. We have 3 sets of diamonds, from the first diamond here on the short rail to the first diamond on the long rail. The second set is second diamond to second diamond, and the third set is the third diamond on the short rail to the third diamond on the long rail. When the cue ball, for example, is in that line, we use running English, in this case high right English, to open up the angle. When we aim for that third diamond with high right, the cue ball is going nicely to that corner pocket. Let's set up another ball to show you what it looks like with the second set of diamonds. The second one to the second diamond, again high right, Nothing fancy. You can learn this in 5 minutes. Third diamond to third diamond. Here we go. It's right on that line. We're going to make adjustments in a minute. High right spin. Here it comes. Cushion first. Counts. Then, when we come outside of this last line, we go in halves. So let's say the cue ball is outside this line. We take a parallel shift now, moving our cue over that line, and we move back half the distance from here to what it's showing here. So we go half the distance, again with high right, bringing us straight to the corner and make the 9 in the corner pocket. So the big question is, yes, that's great when the cue ball is perfectly on these parallel lines, these diamond lines, but what if it's somewhere, let's say here? Then we take the closest parallel line. So for example, the first one was here. That's this distance from the cue ball. The second one is over here. That's very close to the cue ball. So let's move it out just a hair for the example. Let's say it's over here. This one's much closer than this one. We take the second set and we move our cue over the cue ball. So we go from this line over the cue ball. We take a parallel shift that gives us an aiming point right here. And again, with high right, that should bring us straight to the corner with that running English. Let's look at another example. Again, the cue ball is somewhere. Let's check out our parallel lines. There's a line over here, and there's a line over here. As we can see, this one's much closer to the cue ball, so we make the parallel shift from this line. That's right here, and that means that if we hit the rail there with running English, high right, again, we're going nicely to that corner pocket and make the ball. So let's take this system back to Orkulo's shot in the US Open match. When he's in this situation, we can take our second parallel line that we see right here and see that if we would make a parallel shift over the cue ball, this spot right here would bring us to the corner pocket. But that's not exactly where we want to be. That would take us right here. We need to get about half a diamond, or I would say 2 balls back in front of the corner pocket. That means I would make a shift of about 1 ball back into the rail. So if this is our starting point, here to here, this brings us to the corner, then I'm bringing it back about 1 ball up to here. That should take us approximately to this spot right here and land nicely full on the 7. From there on, it's nothing but speed control. Let's have a go at it. High right. Nice soft hit. Here it comes. Not too hard. Very nicely executed. Again, our opponent is in trouble. This time he probably has to kick at it softly or hard and try to get position. But from where we were at, that is a great escape. Let's look at one more example. This time we're going offense. Let's say the 9 would have been a bit more out of the way, and this time we could have gone for an aggressive kick. Let's check it out, what we can do. This would be our starting point again, to the corner pocket. Take that parallel shift. That would bring us to the corner, but this time we want to try and contact about the cushion before the 7, kick it in and bring the cue ball approximately in this area for position on the 8. What do we need to do? I think the difference is about half a diamond. So about 1, 2, 3 balls up the rail. So I would say about a ball and a half difference on this rail. Let's check that out. If this was our initial parallel shift when we came from here, now we're going to make the adjustment about 1.5 ball forward. So I would say that would be approximately right here. Let's have a go at it and see what it looks like. That was my first try. I'm going to do another one because I want to make it rail first so I can get better position on the 8. So in the previous shot, we cut the ball in. We came ball first. This time I want to go rail first on that second rail. So I have to go a slight smidget further up the rail. And let's see what that's going to do for us. Here it comes. We hit rail first. I needed 2 tries on that one. We got great shape. That's why I wanted to show you the rail first. We open up that angle for great shape on the 8. So there you see 2 great examples where you can use this kicking system. It can come in very handy. The first example was the 2-rail safety, and this time it was full offense, kicking that ball in and actually playing position. There you go, pool players, a nifty little kick shot to put in your bag of tricks. This is going to really increase your knowledge of the game and win you more racks. Don't forget to check out all the other great content on this channel. There's tips and lessons here uploaded weekly. And if you're interested in the mental side of the game, please head over to TerminatorCollege.com and check out all those courses that are waiting there for you. Take care.